Did Ryan Poles find the 2023 Bears version of Lance Briggs? TJ Edwards is one of the best values of the entire free agency class. He was a leader for the Eagles defense and is a hometown guy that really wanted to play in Chicago. He took less money to come here and is the best value signing Ryan Poles has made as a general manager so far in his short tenure. I would have liked this signing even without Tremaine Edmunds. However, I think together they form a special duo. A duo as special as anything we've seen since Brian Urlacher and Lance Briggs. Edmunds is an athletic freak and versatile and can shore up our pass defense. He can rush the passer and he can play the run. While TJ Edwards can do the dirty stuff, he's going to make our run defense much better. His awareness, instincts, coverage ability, and surefire tackling were missed on this defense last season. TJ's a scrappy player who, like Jack Sanborn, was limited athletically, but takes incredible angles and uses his instincts to make up for that. He actually played at Wisconsin with Jack Sanborn, so he has a familiar face in the linebacker room as well. Before I get into the film room all-22 breakdown, I just wanted to talk quickly about what to expect from the Bears' new linebacker. In 2022, he only missed 7 tackles the entire season. He's a surefire tackler who makes plays all over the field. He's incredibly smart. He can make the calls on the defense. He's a leader, and he has awesome instincts and is just a very good football player overall. He excels at shedding blocks and attacking downhill to stop running backs. He's also very good in coverage, and just like Tremaine Edmunds, they both wore the green dot on Super Bowl caliber teams last year. TJ Edwards was the leader and made the calls for the Philadelphia Eagles, while Tremaine Edmunds was the leader and made the calls for the Buffalo Bills defense. Getting both of those guys on one team in one offseason is insane. Together they will form the best linebacker duo Chicago has seen since Urlacher and Briggs. But enough talk. Let's get into the film breakdown and show you TJ Edwards. The first thing I want to talk about with TJ Edwards is what he brings to the run defense. His ability to shed blocks is special. This is why he's going to play the will in our defense, and why Tremaine Edmunds is going to play the Mike, and why he's more of the Lance Briggs type than the Urlacher. We will talk about TJ Edwards' coverage skills, which are extremely underrated, and having him and Tremaine Edmunds is going to give us 2 of the best coverage linebackers in the league. But let's talk about his ability to shed blocks. You'll see Dalton Schultz come up here and try to get him. Absolutely no success. Watch this. He just makes this look easy. He's going to engage, use his arms. He keeps moving his legs. See that? He gets away, throws Schultz to the side, makes the tackle on Zeke. This is just beautiful work. Get to see here again as a tight end's going to try to come off and block him. Look at how he engages. He gets up in the guy's chest, in his pads, and then throws him off. That's how you shed a block. TJ Edwards is extremely good at this. I saw it all the time when watching tape. Watch this one on this clip I got off Twitter here. Look at this. He takes on the tight end. He just makes that just look too easy. And then, of course, makes the tackle afterwards. Again, look at him. He comes up. Good form, technique. He gets lower under the pads. Sheds the block, makes a tackle. Sometimes he doesn't have to shed the block because he does this. He's going to run around the block. He makes this Lions guy look silly. Misses the block. He's going to turn around. What are you doing there, buddy? Meanwhile, TJ Edwards is back here making a play. He's going to make TJ Hawkinson look silly right here. You're not blocking me, Hawk. I'm sorry. Gets off it, and then look at him square up. DeAndre Swift here. Swift makes a great juke, but he gets hit and brought down here. Great job by TJ Edwards again. Right here, you're going to see his ability to weave through traffic, not just shed blocks, but he's going to have 2 guys trying to block him here. I'm going to put it in slow motion. Watch right here. He's got a wide receiver coming from the side, offensive lineman in front of him. Running back's going to be coming back here. And watch TJ Edwards shed that block, make that guy miss. He sheds this one, makes this offensive lineman miss, and makes the tackle right there. Thing of beauty. Watch this again. Whoop. Just a couple little quick shuffle steps there. Beautiful job by TJ Edwards. Now we're going to talk a little bit about his coverage skills because he's also an awesome coverage linebacker. He doesn't have the upside that Tremaine Edmunds does, but he's very, very solid and has awesome instincts in coverage as well. Let's watch him. Watch how physical he is with Cole Kmet out of his break here. Look at that. All over him. Takes away the short pass. Stays in front of him for his route. You can't throw this here. He's in front of the route and running stride for stride with him. Watch it from the other angle here. You'll see Cole Kmet get out. You'll see TJ Edwards immediately hit him with inside 5 yards. Then watch him flip his hips here. And he's right with him here. There's no throw. This normally is going to be a throw that should be open for Justin Fields. It's not. He's running with Cole Kmet stride for stride here while looking back at the quarterback. No chance you can make this throw. That's just beautiful coverage. This is just more of a normal coverage play where he drops into zone. He's going to take away the tight end again. He gets underneath these tight ends and in front of their face to where the quarterback can't make this throw. What this happens here is it forces Davis Mills to take a shot at this guy out here, and there's a cornerback just setting on the route in zone coverage. He's going to jump it for an interception. Watch him again. Just absolutely blanketing a tight end. You can't throw this ball. He's got him covered so tight. He's hip for hip with him. He's looking back at the quarterback. He's in the position to jump the route. You can't make that throw. Forces another incompletion from Davis Mills. Watch him on this one come up and take the fullback. He's coming up, trying to get a route out of the backfield. Should be an easy check down for the quarterback, but TJ Edwards is all over it. Incomplete pass. Watch him here as he picks up Dameon Pierce out of the backfield. Play action. Dameon Pierce going to run his route. TJ Edwards again, just all over it. Davis Mills takes a shot downfield instead. Here you get to see a little bit of his speed. Even though he didn't score that high athletically, he makes up for it by taking great angles. And I think he has more athleticism than people think. Watch here. Burst to the outside. And this play is actually kind of funny. This one had me laughing when I was watching film. He gets blocked here, and he's going to push the Texans defender, who ends up pushing TJ Edwards' teammate to make the tackle here. Watch this. Good job, TJ Edwards. Show you his athleticism again here. This is Terry McLaurin, wide receiver number 1, coming for a quick little pass. TJ Edwards going this way. His knock on him in the draft was he doesn't have the athleticism to cover and make up this distance. Let's see here, slow motion. Oh my goodness, watch this. Just look at the footwork here. He slows down McLaurin's route here with inside 5 yards, gives him the bump. Not a free release. Acts like he's letting him go, and then jumps right back to get his hand in there and break up the pass. Awesome job, TJ Edwards. This is a play the Bears like to run a lot where you got the wide receiver here. Make a quick play with 2 blockers in front of him. Look at TJ Edwards. All over it. No chance. Going to get to see Edwards in coverage again here. He's fading this way. He's going to recognize the play. See this guy leaking out of the backfield. Look at him get over to cover. He's on him. He sticks all over him. Look at him. Stick. Stays with him. Stays on him. Pass gets thrown that way. The coverage is so good. Pass is just overthrown. Again, His teammate benefits from his awesome coverage and gets a free interception. I just showed you a play kind of similar to this, but he just loves making plays in the backfield. You're going to see the Colts dump it out here. Watch TJ Edwards. Look at him, read it, and now he's going to burst and make the play. Ooh, too slow? I don't think so. Very similar to Jack Sanborn, where he didn't test athletically well, but he's so smart and he makes such great reads and takes such great angles that he plays a lot faster than he times. Here we get to see that Terry McLaurin play from another angle. Look at how he matches his footwork here. Steps up, disrupts the route, lets him go, acts like he's letting him go, and then sneaks right back in there to break up the play. More coverage. Watch him play a wide receiver in the slot here. Fluid gets over, disrupts the route a little bit, and then has the athleticism to get back, cut off the pass, in his hands, almost intercepted here. Another example here of why I think he pairs so well with Tremaine Edmunds. He's just so ferocious, and his presence near the line of scrimmage cannot be ignored by offenses. Watch him here on this one. Here's TJ Edwards. Play's going to start, and he's going to take away this throw right here to the wide receiver. All the time having his eyes in the backfield on the quarterback. Then planning on jumping in front of this route here, but sees Chris Moore come across. And look at him jump this play. And immediately when Chris Moore gets the ball here, TJ Edwards is all over him. Awesome play again. And then you can't talk about TJ Edwards without seeing this play that's just floating all around Twitter. Here's the tight end coming out. You're going to see him running his route here. Watch TJ Edwards pick him up. Run stride for stride with him here. Just look. Get down there. Make a play on the ball. Perfect timing. Awesome job by TJ Edwards once again. I also want to talk about what a great tackler TJ Edwards is. Watch him here in the open field. Just always sure. He's a sure tackler. Watch him here on this one. He's back here in zone. It's going to be a little out. Leaks out into the flat. Watch the speed and athleticism and the tackling ability. Oh my goodness. Flies to the ball. And then violent tackle. This play will showcase his speed as well. Look, this is a bounce to the outside here. Oh my goodness, TJ Edwards. Boom. This play is great. It was the first play of the game in the Bears-Eagles game. It's a quick screen here to Velus. Got a blocker here, but TJ Edwards just flies in here and breaks this play up. Nowhere to go, Velus. Catches it. He tries to juke TJ Edwards, but look at how he breaks down with his hips as he closes. Nowhere for you to go. You could see a flashback of him here against Mitch Trubisky. Look at how he stays patient, waits for him to hit the hole, and then boom, explodes and makes the tackle. Let me show you why he fits the hits philosophy as well. You'll see him over here. This is TJ Edwards. Play going, he's in zone. You see it's a play all the way across the field to Jonathan Taylor on a little screen. Who is this? Flying up from the side of your screen here. This is TJ Edwards. Watch him. Makes the tackle. Hold up. You're saying this guy's not fast? He's not athletic? Look at how he looks like he's moving fast with everyone else in slow motion. TJ Edwards, baby. Watch him in coverage here. He's taking away this route. He's taking away this route. He's covering the underneath. He's hustling. He's running. Then he's coming back to make a play on the quarterback. Just all over the place. Hustle, hustle, hustle. He never gives up either. Just watch him here as he's kind of just blown out of this run play. Should go for a big gain. He just bursts over here and gets the running back. Watch it from the other angle here. This is TJ Edwards. Watch right here as he just kind of gets bulldozed out of the play. You think this running back should be able to get through here without TJ Edwards. He's got a pile of bodies here. He's getting pushed the opposite direction. Somehow he's going to bounce out of that, make the tackle. You want to see him blitzing. He's going to blitz up the middle here. Watch TJ Edwards. Flying up the middle. Oh, Dalvin Cook. Boom, Dalvin Cook. Flies through the line. Lays the shoulder into Dalvin Cook. Knocks him on his boop. Puts the pressure on Kirk Cousins. Beautiful. See him here again, coming right up the middle. That's a sack and a forced fumble here. Watch how when he sacks the quarterback, he takes the ball with him as well. Watch on this one as Dak rolls out here. This is TJ Edwards over the middle. Watch him just fly. He's about 10 yards away from Dak right now. And then just watch. All of a sudden he's there. Just like that. Boom. That's a guy they say who's not athletic. And he's not fast enough to play linebacker in the league. What about his weaknesses? A lot of people have been asking me to cover the weaknesses more. I try to talk about it a little bit, but I don't want to focus too much on it. Sometimes, if there is a weakness to his game, it's when he can't shed blocks. When big, powerful linemen get their hands on him. And I mean, this is nitpicking. You could say this about anybody. As you can see here, big offensive lineman gets his hand on him. He's not able to do anything, and the play gets by him. He does kind of bounce out at the end there, and that's what I want you to notice is he's got a counter to that. Well, watch on, this is the very next play. He's got another big offensive lineman coming at him, and this is what he's able to do to counter that weakness. When he can't shed blocks, and he thinks there's a chance he can't get away from a block, he can dodge the block. Look at him just avoid it here, a little quick. You've seen this a lot on tape as well. He sheds blocks and he avoids blocks. And not only does he avoid the block, but he makes the tackle. This is beautiful. This is poetry linebacker play here. Foot in the dirt, stick it that way, jump, square the hips, line up the hit, boom. That's beautiful. But I mean, you do see it sometimes. Sometimes he does get blocked out of plays. You'll see Cole Kmet here make good contact with him. Hold him off as Monty gets by here. It kind of looked like a hold, but the only other thing I would say, usually he's dead on with his instincts. Occasional times he can misread a play. You can see here it looks like he read this screen to Montgomery, but it was a fake screen to Montgomery, and then come back down here and you'll see TJ Edwards pretty much takes himself out of the play, but he is so fast. This is a play that should have went for a big gain. If you look at this when Fields completes this, blocked, and then you got 40 yards of open space. Nothing here. He has a defensive lineman coming behind him. Now, I do think TJ Edwards gets over here and makes the play, probably around the 25-yard line. But Kmet should have been able to make a big play here. He gets ran down by a defensive lineman. He looks like he kind of shuffles and he didn't see he wasn't expecting these guys on the ground, so he kind of has to adjust, cut it to the outside, and he stumbles a little bit, but that should have been a much bigger play by Kmet there. But you see TJ Edwards hustling across the screen. See here, look at his eyes. He reads the play action. Is it a weakness? Is it a strength? Or is he told to hold his ground here in case Justin Fields rolls out? See here, this is a play where they hand off to Montgomery. And yeah, he's late getting over because he's watching Justin Fields. But isn't this what you'd want him to do in this situation? I would want TJ Edwards, the smartest linebacker on the field, watch Justin Fields first and then go catch Monty. And you'll see here that's what he does. Monty's not going anywhere. But I mean, to me, his instincts are just beautiful. You watch here as he leaks out and he's covering David Montgomery. But the whole time, he has his eyes on Justin Fields. I love his instincts. He's watching Justin Fields. He's watching, but he's also shuffling his hips and staying with Monty, taking that pass away, staying with him, but watching the quarterback. I mean, the only other thing I could say about him, if you want to nitpick on weaknesses, is, I mean, he can't guard two guys. As you'll see here, he's covering this guy so well. He's kind of trying to take away this route as well, but you'll see Rodgers nail this one in behind him, thread a needle. Gets it right through there. He's almost able to deflect it, actually. But, I mean, he can't guard two guys. You guys wanted weaknesses? Honestly, when looking at TJ Edwards' game, there's not a lot of weaknesses. He's a very strong player, but he's a guy who's really good at almost everything, but he's not great or amazing at anything. His ceiling is not as high as Tremaine Edmunds. He's not as athletic or fast or as long or as explosive, but he's so smart and instinctive, and he's a great tackler, and he's just an awesome football player, in my opinion. TJ recently spoke on an interview with the Chicago media about how important it was for him being the mic and wearing the green dot in the Eagles defense. He was the leader and the guy who made the play calls on that defense. He then talked about how important it was to be able to play for his hometown team. This is a guy who will be a locker room leader and leader on the entire defense day in and day out the moment he steps in this locker room. Something a lot of people overlook is leadership and getting the right guys in the locker room, and TJ Edwards is a perfect fit. He knows what it means to play in the city of Chicago. On top of that, Edwards' game is similar in a lot of ways to former Bear Lance Briggs. Meanwhile, Tremaine Edmunds has the coverage capabilities, speed, and size of Brian Urlacher. And then when we think that Edwards brings that hard hitting, sure tackling, and sideline to sideline ability that Lance Briggs brought to this defense more than 15 years ago. These two, in a lot of ways, remind me of Urlacher and Lance Briggs. It's not a stretch, in my opinion. You can't really talk about the signing, though, without bringing up what a value it was. He signed a 3-year, $19.5 million contract. He counts $5 million against the salary cap this year, $7.5 million in 2024, and $7 million in 2025. There's also an out in the contract where if for some reason it doesn't work out, the Bears can get out of it relatively cheap. Coming in at less than $7 million a season, though, for a guy who had 159 tackles last season, that's only 10 tackles less than Roquan Smith. The value of this contract and the fit with a hometown guy makes this move an A+ for me. Mixing in Jack Sanborn with Edmunds and Edwards should give us one of the better linebacker units in the entire NFL. This will be a huge difference from last season where our linebackers were below average most of the year. This video was late. It took me a while to get it out, but I spent extra time watching tape on Edwards. I feel like I try to do better each time I make an all-22, but sometimes it means it takes a lot longer. I'm trying to get in more video clips with less talking and show as much about the player's game as I can. I'm also trying to cut down the time it takes, because when we sign this many players, I can't take an entire week watching film and clipping an all-22 video. I watched a ton of tape on TJ Edwards, and I couldn't be more excited about how good our linebacker room will be this season and going forward. I will be shifting my focus more towards the NFL draft over this next month. We are finally in April, and the draft is just weeks away. I will be dropping a lot of scouting reports and updated player rankings and much more. I will also finish up some more all-22s. I'll try to do one for Andrew Billings and Deontay Foreman, most likely. I'll probably skip Robert Tonyan and PJ Walker unless people really want to see them. Please remember to hit that like button though for me, as these videos take a ton of time and work. Turn on those notifications because there's so much more coming. And until next time, bear down.
Swifty in the house!